It's Dallas Cowboys mailbag time here. You should know the drill. Use hashtag Cowboys or Super Chat to be a part of today's live show. Let's get to some of these Super Chats, beginning with Medeal7. If Kyle Pitts is the best player available, do you take him or trade back? Instant offensive juggernaut. It is no longer Team 40 Burger. It is now Team 50 Burger. The problem is that relates to both the offense and the defense. I don't want to take Kyle Pitts at 10. I love the prospect. I really do. But I'm going from an A-, a B+, whatever on offense to like an A. My defense is a D or an F. I have to invest more on the defense side. So at that point, I would rather try to trade down. From Michael, what team do you think will F up their first-round pick? Well, Seattle does not have one this year, so that makes life easier for them. Historically bad drafting teams, in particular, I think might have some issues this year. There is going to be a team, I'm going to say back end of round one, that just makes you go, oh, wait, they did what? It's going to be a weird draft. Jacksonville will get the Trevor Lawrence pick correct. I wonder what they'll do with their other first-round pick, though. From Clinton Gray, who do you not want the Cowboys to draft in round one? I'll stop hating on the offensive players, and I'll focus more on defense in this part here. In general, I don't want any of the pass rushers at number 10 overall. I don't want to pursue a Kwity Paye. I don't want to pursue a Gregory Rousseau. I don't want those guys at 10. They're not worth it. A specific player who I think could even be a play at 10 or even off the board already, Micah Parsons. And the off-field stuff aside, I don't want to invest a third premium draft pick in an off-ball linebacker who I've got coverage concerns about. And if you keep Jalen and LVE, then definitely I don't want a linebacker. So these talented, yes. If you trade down, we can have that conversation. But I don't want to go Parsons or Edge in round one, at least not at number 10 overall. That's not a path that I think is a good route for the Cowboys to try and go pursue in terms of various options when it comes to the NFL draft. From Dre, transition tag for Dak. Assumption is he's gone next year. Everyone talking about his worth. Why not? I think you mean the non-exclusive tag. I understand the questions around this, and I get it. And at some level, it does make some sense, right? Go see what the market actually is for Dak Prescott. If you believe Dak Prescott is your guy, then you should never do that because you don't want to lose him, period. If you don't think Dak is your guy, well then hypothetically other teams don't think that either. What worries me is if you go this route, a team, let's say Chicago, for example, says, heck yes, let's get in on this. Let's do the transition tag or the non-exclusive tag, and they offer Dak Prescott $46 million. And now you're in a position where, shoot, we now are going to have to either overpay Dak Prescott beyond what I thought you could get him for right now, or get 2 late-round firsts back. And that's not really ideal. So from that perspective, and Jerry Jones says he wants to keep Dak Prescott's rights, I don't think it's the most likely outcome in the end for the Dallas Cowboys. From Daniel, is it possible for Dallas to re-sign Dak and sign Simmons along with Dalvin Tomlinson? It is possible. It does require some creative accounting moves. You're probably going to want to add some fake years to Dak Prescott's deal, get that cap hit in year one down to like $17 million. You're going to want to restructure Jaylon Smith and Zeke and Amari Cooper and DeMarcus Lawrence and free up to like $60 million this upcoming year. And then get a low year one hit for Justin Simmons and a low year one hit for Dalvin Tomlinson. It is possible, but so far, the Cowboys have not shown the desire to be super creative and take on that risk in future years for increased salary cap this current season. From X2 Pro Skills, with our current team after this offseason, do you think we have what it takes to make it and win the Super Bowl? Not unless you drastically get either better defensive players or better defensive play. The offense is when healthy. The defense is not yet. Super chat from DeLunatic. Will TCU safety or Darius Washington be drafted by the Cowboys? I'd like it. I think he's a good football player. He's tiny, and the Cowboys don't like short guys in the secondary for the most part, so I wouldn't get my hopes up, but I tweeted this out mid-season. What if we just took the TCU safeties and put them on the Dallas Cowboys? I think it's a great idea. We'll see how plausible that actually ends up being, though. Now, if you guys want plenty of NFL videos every single day, go subscribe to Chat Sports on YouTube. The link, bottom of your screen, youtube.com/chatsportstv. We do NFL mock drafts. Tons of NFL free agency discussion as well. And, of course, we'll be live on that channel during NFL free agency and, of course, during the NFL draft. So if you want to stay updated on what's going on across the NFL, hit that big red button and subscribe. Luis Hernandez, will Dan Quinn unlock Jalen's potential? Just how high is Jalen's potential at this point in his NFL career? Have we already seen the best of him? That's my concern. I hope so, but we'll see. Gabe says, great work, Tom. Earl Thomas, bottoms up. Gabe, thank you for giving me a reason to drink on air. All right, from B0 I Kane. How many picks did the Cowboys have this year with comp picks? So factoring in those comp pick selections, you are looking at, it is 10 total if the comp pick formula ends up being accurate. That is not finalized yet, and they did modify it this year, so there could be some changes in terms of what picks the Cowboys get. But you're looking at a round 1, a round 2, potentially 2/3. One, your normal one a comp pick for Byron Jones, at least 1/4, and then you're looking at other day 3 picks as well. From Lucas, do you draft a defensive tackle in the second round or safety? Well, not strong safety. I'm not going strong safety. I don't need a strong. I need a free safety, and I'm going safety. I am fixing my colossal mistake of taking Tristan Hill over Juan Thornhill. Give me the safety this time, and I cannot wait for the Cowboys to break my heart once again. From Aaron Morgan, should Dallas go sign Tre Boston since the Cowboys or Panthers cut him? Speaking of safeties here, sure. You know, Tre Boston is intriguing to me because A, he's someone I've asked the Cowboys to go get in the past. He's already been cut by the Panthers, and we know the Cowboys are now playing the comp pick formula game. Players who were cut do not impact the compensatory pick formula for players you lose in free agency. So you could sign Tre Boston. If you were to lose, say, Aldon Smith, those would not cancel each other out. So I'm down to bring in Tre Boston. I don't think he's the same guy he was in his prime necessarily, despite not being that old, but I could still draft a safety too. So I'm on board with Tre Boston if he's cheap enough. You guys can get your votes in for me. There is some similar defensive style in terms of cover 3 with LA and Dan Quinn's cover 3 heavy scheme. Get your votes in. Y for yes and for no. From JMO, Cowboys needs to trade Dak and Zeke for Wilson. Talk about Russell Wilson, I assume here. Or I also thought about Zach Wilson too, but I think you mean Russell Wilson. My answer is no for 2 reasons. One, why I'm not saving money by trading Zeke. I'm moving on from my back and my quarterback for a lateral move at the quarterback position, who, by the way, is also going to be due for a new deal in the not-too-distant future. And for Seattle, they cannot afford to eat $40 million of a Russell Wilson contract if traded, eat $10 million to pay Zeke, and give Dak $40+ million. They cannot afford to do that. If it's Zach Wilson, why am I giving up 2 things to gamble on a quarterback prospect who I like when I can just pay Dak Prescott? What's the best case outcome for Zach Wilson? Like, realistically, top 10 quarterback, right? I have one of those guys right now. From Brady Baxter, rather have Trevon Moehrig or Richie Grant? Good question. I'm not done yet with those guys. I'm trying to wait on safety so that when I have my heart broken, it's a newer relationship and not a longer-term one. Funny enough, I think I might like Grant the most for a Dan Quinn style defense. I think there's just a little bit better athletic ability there. Ironically, if the Cowboys were in the split safety, the middle of field open coverages that they ran under Mike Nolan, I'd actually like Trevon Moehrig the best. I think he could be a cover 1 deep single high safety, but I like him best as a split safety guy. Now, folks, we need some suggestions for the new 0 stars. What is fake news for you guys? Bonus points if you can give me an example, like, say, Daniel Jones playoff wins that digs at a division rival. So get your votes in the comments section for me. We need a new 0 stars equals fake news type of joke. Let me know what you guys are thinking. From Liam Carroll, are there any defensive tackles in the draft that can help us not get gashed for 300 rushing yards a game? Fatty's only is dead, but the message lives on. Aleem McNeil from North Carolina State, I like him. If Tyler Shelvin is in shape, I like him a lot. If you want to go even later, Marvin Wilson from Florida State, Jordan Scott from Oregon, Kyrus Tonga from BYU, Tadaro Slayton from Florida. I think you could find a run-stopping focused defensive tackle, say, round 4, round 5, somewhere in that range. Chris Romero, trade Gallup and pick 10 to New England for Gilmore and pick 16. They don't have 20. Patriots take Mac Jones. If they're, that's probably about right in terms of the value. I don't know about Gilmore's value. Coming off the down year with 1 year left on his contract and coming off the injury, I just wonder what he's really going to be worth on the open market. Ingram Quick, 10 first-round picks for Mahomes. Who says no? The Chiefs, because they would rather have Patrick Mahomes than the 28th at best pick every single year in the NFL draft, right? That's not something that they're going to try to do.